Hello, everybody. Welcome to this short session. We're going to be exploring yoga and balance on behalf of the Yoga University. My name is Sara, and if it's your first time practicing with me, you can check out my YouTube link. I have more videos online, and you're more than welcome to join me in one of those sessions. Find the links below in the description box, and feel free to also get in touch with me. So to start today's practice, I invite you to come sit comfortably, make sure you're wearing nice comfortable clothes in which you can move. For this practice, you might like to get your yoga mat ready, make sure you have enough space in a quiet and calm place. And you might like to grab yourself a cushion or another a cushion or two to sit. Prop your hips up slightly and get nice and comfortable. And just rolling the shoulders back a few times. Just take a moment to feel into your body, becoming aware of your body, and take a moment to bring our attention in from the external, what's happening around us. I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable with your eyes closed, or if you're not comfortable with your eyes closed, maybe just letting the eyes stay slightly apart, gazing through your eyelashes. And as we begin to come into stillness and silence, begin to notice how your body is feeling. Noticing the sensations in the body. And leaving aside any judgments, leaving aside any critiques or expectations. And also for this practice, see if you can kind of mentally forget what you already know or think that you know about your body and how balance and your body go together. So I hear a lot is, I'm not very good at balance. I like yoga, but I'm not very good at balance. And I think it's important to understand, what does balance really mean? Again, bringing the attention to your body, noticing sensations. Does your body feel warm, hot, cool, or cold? If we recognize balance as a fluid, moving state on a spectrum, balance would be the point between hot and cold, or the even experience of both. Balance helps us to accept all experience as necessary and valuable, as without darkness there is no light. Noticing your energy levels. Do you feel energetic, awake, or tired and fatigued? So balance is also related to how we relate to those around, balancing, giving and receiving, outgoing and incoming energies. There's also a balance between resistance and freedom, which we'll explore by moving our bodies, moving into balancing postures, experiencing freedom and resistance. And when we talk about this freedom and resistance, a very good example is of a tree. Visualizing a tree, become aware of the roots of the tree. You're firmly rooted into the ground, Perhaps the roots of the tree are even bigger than what we see above the ground with our eyes. So there's that strong foundation. Then traveling up the tree, the trunk, it's also steady and strong and stable. Where the branches separate from the trunk, the tree becomes very flexible. And the wind, when it blows through the branches move with grace, fluidity, and freedom. The branches of the tree can reach up towards the sky with great freedom, great amount of space. So there we can see nature's representation of balance between resistance, and resistance is not necessarily a bad thing, and freedom. Well, let's begin to move a little bit and experience this balance, also physically, and understanding a little bit more through practice, less through talking. So I invite you to go ahead and make your way to your mats. Come into a standing position at the mat. And you can roll your shoulders back a few times, just feeling into your body. Notice if there's any tension in the shoulders and the chest. Take a deep breath in. And breathing out, relax your shoulders, relax your chest, relax your arms alongside your body. And step your feet a little bit wider than your hips, so you have a nice wide stance. And gently begin to shift the weight from the left foot onto the right foot. Noticing your connection between the feet and the floor and feeling this stability of the ground, even if you're not on the ground floor. Visualize, imagine beneath you, there's the earth. And the quality of the earth, the soil, the minerals, the stones beneath the ground, it's very much stability, very much strength. So feeling that. Then see if you can find the point of balance between the left and the right foot. The space where you find yourself evenly distributing the weight. Then shift the weight forward to the toes, so almost like your heels are lifting. You feel almost like you're going to fall forward, and then slowly shift the weight back to the heels. So now the toes are lifting, or almost lifting, just as though you're almost going to fall back. And then see if you can find again that point of balance between the front of the foot and the back of the foot. And feeling four corners of the feet, two in the front, two in the back, pressing firmly down into the floor. Now I invite you to take a big breath in and circle your arms up and overhead, just feeling the space around you. You can take up all of this space, lengthening up, press up through the crown of your head like you're being pulled up like a puppet towards the ceiling. So noticing the space, and as you exhale, releasing down, feeling the stability of the feet still on the floor with an inhale, again rising up. Think like the tree, again, the metaphor, the feet stable, your roots rooting, shooting down, just imaginary, but you can feel it. And the arms like the branches, freedom, expression, lengthening up. And on the exhale, let's bring the arms down once more. So let's do it one more time. At the same time, we're warming up the body. We're starting to move. We're getting the blood flowing. Maybe those little pockets of tightness or tension in the shoulders, you can feel them. You become aware of the existence of your shoulders, of your neck. Big breath in, become aware of the breath, and exhaling, bring the arms slowly down. Hands onto your hips. Okay, so when we're thinking about balance, we have to understand that physically speaking, balance requires strength. It requires alignment of the bones and also the inner ear. And also eyesight is very important with balance. So in yoga, we call this a drishti, a point of concentration. I want you to find yourself a drishti, a point that's not moving. It might be on the floor, or it could even be, if you're looking at the screen, find a point on the screen, hear what you see, a point that's not moving, and fix your gaze. So now you're concentrating on just one point with the eyes. By keeping the eyes and the gaze steady, the mind is receiving information, which helps us to establish balance. Now shift the weight to the left foot, and we'll just circle over the right ankle, over the right toes, a few rounds. Now here we're shifting the weight to the left leg, so you feel the strength and the stability of the left leg. And we're exploring balance in a very subtle way by taking the weight off of the right foot. At the same time, very important to establish mobility. When we're approaching balance, there needs to be flexibility. There needs to be a balance between resistance and freedom, flexibility and strength. All right, let's shift the weight to the right foot now, and this time circle over the left toes, over the left ankle. Remember, throughout the practice, if there's any point where you feel sharp pain, please take this as a signal from your body to reduce a little bit of the intensity of whatever it is that you're doing. So no need to push through pain. Remember, yoga is a long journey of exploration, and every day can feel different than the other. So again, just letting go of any predetermined ideas that you have about balance. Allow yourself to simply explore here together. So now, we're going to try standing on one leg, but a little bit differently. So let's bring the arms out in front with the palms of the hands facing down. And shift the weight to the left foot, just bringing the right knee up to touch the right hand, and then lower it down. Then lift up the left leg, left knee touches the left hand, and lower it down. So you see we're standing on one foot, but in very short periods. And exploring here, balancing on one leg. Remember, focus your gaze on the drishti, on your point of concentration. And remember to keep breathing steadily in through the nose and out through the nose, or out through the mouth if you prefer. So as you continue to move, shifting the weight from one leg to the other, notice if your body is moving a lot, if you're going for speed. See if you can keep most of your trunk, most of your body steady. So originating the movement from the hip joint, moving the leg from the hip, rather than trying to reach in other ways. So keep your chest lifted, keep your chin tucked in, and let's just do a couple more rounds of this. Now this time we're going to lift the left leg and we're going to hold it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Shift the weight to the left foot, lift the right leg and hold. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Release the arms, give them a shake, and shake out your legs a little bit as well. So you see, by exploring balance in different ways, we can have a totally different experience than when we move through balance quickly, or we want to achieve or grasp onto it quickly. So taking the time. Now, let's try moving the gaze a little bit, exploring the relevance and the importance of eyes and concentration. So shifting the weight to the right foot and bring the left leg up, hands around the hips, lift your chest, root down through the standing foot and find that upward stream of energy, remembering the tree, the freedom upwards. Left hand is on the left hip. Now I invite you to take your left hand over to the left knee and then guide the left knee out towards the left side. If this is a challenge here, you feel you're falling off a lot, you can always just keep your big toe, just the big toe, pressing onto the floor. And that's also a way to balance. So exploring in an accessible way what's available today. Okay, so the gaze is still fixed. Now, let's see, if you slowly start to move your head towards the left and you're following the eyes slowly moving, you might find yourself kind of falling out of your established balance, Maybe you're able to remain steady, slowly turn the head over towards the other side, looking over your other shoulder. And moving very slowly, the brain has time to adjust, gathering visual data, looking down towards the floor, explore that. What happens can create a sense of challenge, and looking up. And if you thought, oh, well, that was really easy, I'm not sure what you meant, do it quickly this time. Left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, and release. Good, give your legs a shake, give your arms a shake. When we balance, we can kind of like build up this sense of tension because there is that resistance. We are experiencing resistance and freedom when we're in balance. Give your legs a shake, shake everything out. Using this shaking as a way to just release all muscular tension. Let your joints be loose and free. Take a big breath in. Lift the chest and exhale, hands down. Down onto the hips. And shifting the weight over to the left foot and bringing the right leg up. Let's try it on the other side. So again, feel free to just keep the big toe on the floor if that's more accessible today. Or if possible, keeping the leg lifted, sliding the right hand along to the right knee and guide the right knee out towards the right side. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, keep your chest lifted, your core is strong. Left hand is on the left hip. Then turn the gaze slowly to the right, over the right shoulder, and then slowly over to the left, over the left shoulder. And if you fall out of balance, remember balance is a dynamic state. Looking down and slowly looking up. We can't expect balance to become constant because it's always on that scale. Night becomes day, day becomes night. Shall we try it quickly? Right, left, up, down, right, left, up, down, and release. And give it a shake out. So balance is also in, those things like brushing your teeth with your left hand, brushing your teeth with your right hand, and doing that alternating things, not always doing the same. Sometimes we feel resistance to change. All right, so let's take a big breath in at the top of the mat. Bring the arms up and overhead. Bring the feet together, bring the legs together, feeling the length in the body. And then slowly sit the buttocks back into a chair pose. Keeping your big toes on the floor. Try to maintain the balance of your feet. Steady. Four corners pressing down. Now the other toes may lift up naturally, but try to keep pressing the big toes down. You can bend the elbows out towards the sides. Keep the chin tucked and keep your lower belly in. Now, if everything's okay with the knees, see if you can sit a little bit deeper. If you experience knee pain, you just stay high up here. Modify the practice to serve the body. If you have the space, lowering the buttocks down, deeper, deeper, and finally drop the buttocks onto the floor. So we explored balancing on the legs, on the feet. Let's explore balancing on the sitting bones now. So you can slide yourself a little back, rock yourself a little left and right, and try to feel your sitting bones. It always starts with good grounding, good foundation, strong foundation, feeling the stability and rooting downwards. Press down and lift up the chest. Place the hands at the backs of the knees. Then shifting the weight slightly back, you can just lift up onto the big toes, or maybe you can also lift your legs up off the floor. Another variation of this is bringing the hands behind the back and then lifting up the legs from there. Of course, here now, if we're using the hands, we're not quite balancing. We bring the hands to the backs of the knees, then here we're balancing on the sitting bones. Now this point of balance, the specific point where the body is balanced, it's called the fulcrum. And fulcrum also means point of rest. Point of rest. So if I'm exerting a lot of resistance, a lot of strength and tension here, it's not really benefiting the body. It's excess of outgoing energy. And if I'm slouching and sloppy and not giving enough, then it's still not quite serving me. So it's about finding that right balance of rest and resistance, freedom and strength. I'm lifting upwards, but still establishing stability through freedom, softness, a soft face, for example, relaxing the jaw muscles, the eyebrow center, and breathing in deeply. Now, on the out breath, you can slowly roll yourself back and down onto the back, bring the legs up. Engage your core muscles, holding onto the backs of the legs, and see if you can rock yourself back up to a point of balance on the fulcrum, on the sitting bones. Rolling slowly back and down, exhale, and then on the inhale, finding your way up, the abdominal muscles, lifting. Let's do it a few more times, rolling back. And if you feel playful with it, you can do, more energy, more momentum. Rolling back and forward. Exploring this lifting up to balance. And see what is the requirements of strength for you to get here. Maybe you can be surprised. Let's go for the final round. Lifting up. And you can place your feet down onto the floor, scooch the buttocks back, give your legs a little massage here, upper thighs working hard, also the belly, we'll give it a stretch out. Massaging the thighs, you can keep a slight bend in your knees so you can massage all the way down to the feet, or the feet. And also work hard in standing balances. Giving love and care to your body, compassion, and lowering down. So let's make our way down into the back, catching at the backs of the knees. So lower yourself all the way down. Then hugging the knees towards the chest. And we'll relax the body a little bit after this balance and strong explorations. So we can drag the knees over towards the left side, keeping your right arm and right shoulder on the mat. And just taking a little moment here to relax both legs, relaxing the feet. And if you find it a challenge to relax, you might like to grab a cushion. For example, if you brought that with you, prop, you can place the cushion in between the legs, also under your legs, to give you a little extra support. And the importance of allowing yourself to receive, especially if you're one of those people that feels like they're always giving and always outgoing energy. You can consider, is it possible to see that receiving is the same as giving? That by giving, we're also nourishing a need of our own. And when that dissolves, the difference between giving and receiving, then the difference between you and I also dissolves. And we can experience more compassion, a sense of oneness, unity. Now when you feel ready, you can slowly roll up your legs back to the center. And take your cushion to the other side, your prop, as you lower your legs to the other side. Allow your body a moment to settle into that, to sink into the twist. Let your arms spread out, open your chest, open your heart, opening your front body to receive. supporting yourself, allowing yourself to be supported. And taking this time to rest here. Without being in a hurry. And when you feel ready, let's slowly roll back with the legs and put your cushion aside. And I invite you to join me for a short Shavasana, extending out the legs. And make sure you're positioned well on your mat. Your body is aligned. You might like to lift up your head for a moment. Have a look at your legs. You know, sometimes we come into Shavasana, into the corpse pose, we're crooked like a banana. So bring your legs, stay as wide as the mat. Check your hips. Are they level? Maybe you can adjust your hips slightly with the help of the hands. Level out the hips. Check in with the upper body. As you lower yourself down, you might like to extend, lengthen the back of the neck by lifting up the head and place your head down so the chin is tucked in towards your chest. And then placing your hands alongside your body, the palms of the hands turned upwards. And press into the shoulder blades, shoulders, and lift the chest slightly. And the shoulders relax down to either side of the body. Take a big breath in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth, relaxing the whole body here. Deep inhale through the nose. As you exhale, let your body be held and supported by the ground, letting go of all tension and allowing relaxation to flow down your body. Almost like a warm shower. A sense of relaxation flowing down from the head to the face, relaxing the neck and shoulders, the chest, back, down the arms, out from the fingers, down the abdomen, the pelvis, relaxation, down the legs, to the feet, and any tension that remains, pouring out from the toes, leaving your body completely relaxed. And becoming aware of your breath. Notice where your breath moves the body, where the body expands on the in-breath, and where the body relaxes and releases on the out-breath. We'll begin to take deeper breaths, waking the body up. So beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Begin to expand the movements to the ankles and the wrists. As you wake your body, can further expand to the elbows, bending the knees, and maybe dropping the knees left and right, turning the head, feeling the neck. And when you feel ready, you can turn over onto one side, slowly press yourself up into a seated position, coming into a seated cross-leg position, sitting up, and feeling the sitting bones, again feeling the weight of the body evenly distributed between the left and the right buttock, aligning your heart over your pelvis, your head over your heart. And just sitting here in the silence for a moment. So when we move out of balance, we can experience a resistance to growth and change. It can feel safer to stay in hurtful patterns, which create the imbalance. But recognizing that resistance can be used as a strength to push against by applying pressure or traction, not just in the postures, but also mentally, emotionally, applying a bit of pressure or traction, we can move through our resistance, inward and outward movement, and gain confidence in our ability to overcome obstacles and maintain balance in our lives. So take this sense of balance with you, knowing that all experience is necessary. And I invite you to bring your hands together in front of your heart, pressing the thumbs gently against the center of the chest. Bow the head down to unite the head and the heart. And here, take a moment just expressing gratitude, being thankful for having taken this time today to get to know yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit. And I would like to thank you for sharing your practice with me, for joining me here today. And I hope to see you in person or online sometime soon. Please feel free to reach out, send me a message, contact me, share your questions and your thoughts, your experience of this practice. I hope you enjoyed and have a beautiful day. Namaste.